Hey guys, John here. So it's been about 3 months since we abandoned Toyota and went with the Ram RHO. In these 3 months, I have truly enjoyed having this truck. However, it has not been all rainbows and unicorns. This thing, it has some issues. So I want to talk to you guys about that in this video and really give you guys the idea if I regret leaving Toyota and buying this or if I'm glad I did. This video is sponsored by Azuto. We got some Ram parts that we're gonna be throwing into this truck in this video. More about that in a little bit. So I have documented several check engine lights already with the Ram on the channel. I also talked to you guys about some wind noise that this truck had. However, there are a couple more issues now that this truck is showing. I am leaving to Arizona for about 3 weeks. So I'm gonna be taking this Ram to the dealership with a laundry list of things for them to hopefully fix, which I'm gonna show you guys in this video. We're gonna start with a very simple one. Hopefully they can fix this, but right here on this passenger side bed rail, what the heck is this? So this is faded from the factory. It's gotten worse over time. So hopefully they can easily replace that for me. The next thing, the first check engine light that I got, it was for the MAF sensor. I'm taking the truck to a different dealership because that one replaced my MAF sensor. And then my second check engine light, a P111, it said intake sensor malfunction. So the dealership is gonna investigate that check engine light code because I think it has to do something with the rough idle I'm getting on this truck. When I remote start it, check this out. Did you hear that? It's almost like the truck wants to die a little bit. It did this several times when we were on a road trip. Have no idea why. Maybe it's readings coming from the MAF sensor. Maybe it's misfiring. I have no idea, but we definitely got to get that taken care of. Now the next issue comes with the door and we're gonna go inside. So I already told you guys about some whistling sound that I was getting right here on the B-pillar. The first dealership that I took it to, they replaced this whole plastic piece and they also replaced part of the window seal. That is very awesome. I had the same issue with a Tundra that I had. However, this new dealership, they're like, hey dude, look at this. I was like, yeah, I've noticed this too, and it's very bad. So when I was washing the truck, I noticed that the gap right here on this door is significantly pushed out compared to the back door. It is not like this over on the passenger side, only here on the driver's side. So this could be attributing to some of that whistling sound that I'm getting because this door is not pressed against the cab of the truck properly. Coming on into the inside, like I said, the first dealership replaced this, and now I'm kind of getting like a rattling sound coming from this area when I go over bumps. I'm gonna put the microphone right here so you guys can kind of hear it. So that sound I can physically hear in my left ear while I'm driving. Took it to the second dealership. I made it do that sound for them. They said that this truck is not supposed to do that. So that is also on their list of things to do. So guys, Azuto is an Amazon seller and they make some super cool stuff for the Ram trucks. So this one is a side pocket organizer for our big old door. This one right here is a blinker indicator extender because the ones here on the Ram RHO, because of the paddle shifters, they actually sit pretty far back. So I'm excited to install this. And then the last one is a cup holder that goes onto your vents so you can fit bigger water bottles. Let's go ahead and install this organizer first. So this organizer is super easy. First, we're gonna go ahead and take off this little plastic piece. Then there are two 10mm bolts that we'll take out. Then we're gonna take our original cover. Azuto actually gives us some nice padding for this product. So we're gonna go ahead and put that onto the OEM cover. And then as well, they want you to retain your old bolts, just in case, you know, you turn this vehicle in and you want to revert it back to stock, but they have a spot for your old bolts and then you put a nice cover over that. So now that this looks OEM plus, you're gonna go ahead, take it, put it back into that stock spot. Look how OEM that looks. Why Ram didn't do this from the first place, I have no idea. But then you're gonna take the bolts that they provide and go ahead and install them. And then we'll go ahead and put this OEM piece back on and look at that. So now you have a spot, let's say to put your wallet, or if you want to put your phone right here, now you can. And all we'll do is just line it up, push it in, and it just snaps like that.
That's way easier, especially with little hands.
And now lastly, we have the cup holder that does go on your AC vent, but for 40-ounce cans, man, you can't put them anywhere. in a modern truck, the first manufacturer that figures something else to put a 40-ounce hydro flask, you guys are gonna be the geniuses. But Azuto, they have that as well. So Azuto, thank you so much for sponsoring this video, guys. Links in the description for you all. All right, so coming on into the Ram now, there's a couple things going on the inside that to me shouldn't be going on. The Uconnect system, while it's a little bit sluggish, for some reason when I have my Apple CarPlay going and it's playing music, it'll like pause and skip sometimes. So hopefully there's an update for that. Also, my hands-free cruise control, that is like very intermittent. I don't know why it works sometimes it doesn't, but I randomly get this message that's basically saying that it got overridden and the driver has to pay attention when I'm on the highway. So I'm not sure if this truck needs another alignment or what's going on with it, but after I took it to the first dealership and they recalibrated the alignment on this truck with the TSB that Ram had, the hands-free driving hasn't worked. Now, one of the last issues that I have with this truck has to do with the HVAC system. I'm not sure if this is a Ram thing or if this is an actual issue, but it is very humid here in Florida. And for some reason, this vent right here is always blowing air against the windshield, making all this condensate while driving here in the summertime. Now, I've messed with the vent controls. I had it blowing on myself, had it blowing on my feet, and there was always air coming from up front. So if you guys are a Ram owner, if this is a thing, just let me know. I talked with Barry from C-Tech Review and also Tim Estradahl. They said that their truck doesn't do it. I don't know if it just doesn't get humid enough where they live, but that is one of the last issues that I have with this truck. So again, sounds like a piece of crap, right? Well, I wanted to know what the Ram life was like, right? And I asked you guys several times, do you guys want me to experience another brand on the channel and not just Toyota? So it seems like no brand is perfect. I've had two third-gen Tundras and they both had their own issues. Rattly center consoles, bad wind noise, windows rattling in the trucks. The Platinum had the seats that didn't work. There was crunching sounds in the seats. So like every vehicle I've had, because I make these reviews for you guys, I want them to be as close to perfect as possible. And I know that nothing's perfect, but when you pay a lot of money for these trucks, they better be dang near close to perfect. So I know that I'm having a bit of issues with my RHO. There's other owners that have their RHOs and they have no issues with them. There's people that have Tundras that had way more issues than me. Some people's engines failing on them at 500 miles, right? Some people's engines failing on their Rams. So there's a lot more issues out there with these trucks. Regardless, I just wish manufacturers could make good vehicles again. The prices keep going up and up and up and up in these vehicles. And it's like the quality and just what they care about their cars, at least from a consumer standpoint, and with the internet being an echo chamber, it's like the quality and what you get for the vehicles and issues is going just up and up and up as well. And that doesn't make sense because we want these trucks at $80-something thousand to be incredible trucks, which that leads me to it is, right? Even though I have these issues with this truck, it is by far one of my favorite vehicles that I've ever owned. I don't know if this is just the driving experience of the truck, the inline six, how the truck sounds with the new exhaust, that video's coming, or if it's just the quality of the interior, just the materials, the solidness. This actually feels like a truck, the presence of it, the way it looks. I don't know what it is, but even with the issues that I'm having with this thing, it is still by far one of the favorite trucks that I've owned. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let me know in the comment section. I don't know if I just have super high standards for Toyota because I'm a fanboy, and when I have issues with those trucks, it really just grinds my gears because they're supposed to be the reliable company. They're supposed to have their Kaizen approach to things where if there's an issue with the truck, they fix it right away and they're done with it. Yet there's people with 2025 Tundras that their seats are still cracking on them. They're still having engine issues with them. Rattly center consoles, which I had with a 2022 truck that people are still experiencing in a 2025. Bad wind noise, all this stuff, right? So it's very frustrating. Maybe that's why I'm a little more lenient to the Ram, because I knew going into this that I would have Ram issues. Whereas a Toyota, when they preach reliability, they preach their Kaizen, and then people still have these issues with the truck. Again, internet is an echo chamber. I don't know why, but this still, I do not regret getting it at all. It's been great for the channel, even though there's the haters in the comments all the time. It's been great for the channel for perspective purposes. It allowed me to not be Tundra Toyota pilled anymore and just do something different for you guys. And honestly, the experience, the rowdiness of this truck, the utility of this truck, I mean, just inside, it's just inside the truck alone with the flat load floor, all the storage this truck has, like, there's just so much truck stuff about it that the Tundra truly lacks, unfortunately. So I hope the refreshed Tundra gives us everything that we've been wanting. They can take notes from Ram, Chevy, Ford, all those guys, right? Except for the issues that these trucks have. But guys, I truly appreciate you all watching this video. Let me know if I messed up in the comments. I love reading your guys' comments, and I will catch you all in the next one. All right, see you later.